difference maker in a game like today between Liverpool and Bournemouth is none other than Mohamed Salah, because if I'm being totally honest, guys, especially in the second half, I felt like despite the fact that Bournemouth were down a goal because of that penalty, I felt like it was an equal level playing field. They were giving it to Liverpool as much as they were able to defend against them. But the biggest difference maker is how clinical you are in front of goal, and Mohamed Salah is exactly that. 21 goals in the Premier League in 23 games, I think, which is ridiculous. He's got 34 goal contributions in the Premier League alone. Just the Premier League, 34 goal contributions, and we've just started February. He's on path to finish with, I think, 50, maybe 55 goal contributions in the league, and he's going to lead Liverpool to a Premier League title. We're going to talk about it. Bournemouth fans, let me know your thoughts down below. Liverpool fans, let me know your thoughts down below as well, and be sure to hit the like button and be sure to subscribe. So what we're going to start with first is not the penalty. We're not going to start with the goal scorers. I'm going to talk about Gravenberch. That guy is a dual monster. He eats up every blade of grass with his long strides. He's a difference maker in the midfield, and it's so amazing to see how he's developed in the last 12 months at Liverpool. Last season, I don't think he was as influential. Maybe it took him some time to adapt to the Premier League, but this season, without a shadow of a doubt, he is the best midfielder in the league. Don't chat to me about Declan Rice. Don't chat to me about Caicedo. Don't chat to me about Ugarte. Don't chat to me about Baleba. Don't chat to me about any of those guys. Gravenberch is the best midfielder in the league this season, and I feel like because of all the attention about Mohamed Salah maybe leaving, Van Dijk maybe leaving, Trent maybe leaving, people are not realising what a gem Liverpool have on their hands. Now, today, one thing that I noticed, especially in the first half, and I feel like Adams and Christie couldn't deal with the midfield partnership of McAllister and Trent, and you lot are probably thinking, what the hell, how are they a midfield partner? But I saw Gravenberch kind of drifting out right, as if he was playing as a right wing back, picking up the ball off Canate, which allowed Trent to go central and pick up the central roles next to McAllister in the midfield. We know that Trent can flourish in those roles. Today, defensively in the first half, I felt like he had a lot to deal with, but Canate was providing him support to deal with Semenyo and to deal with Kirkes. But Gravenberch's kind of flexibility, or fluidity if you want to say, in terms of transitioning over different roles in the team, and it's just so elegant. It's like it's not his position, but he can transition there for a couple of minutes and pick up the ball, progress the ball. And today, dual monster, the way that he uses his body to shield the ball, and he is a prime example of a player that uses their body well and knows how to use their body against opponents to utilize that and ensure that they don't lose possession. And because he's good on the ball, and also because, like I said, his long strides allows him to cover every inch of the pitch. He just gets up and down so quickly, so easily. Let's talk about the penalty. Because I actually feel like Cook's kind of decision not to challenge the referee maybe swung that in favour of Liverpool. Now, he looked guilty, and I don't know why he looked guilty, because to me, I still can't figure out, guys, whether it's a penalty or not. From one angle, it looks like Cook clips him. From one angle, it looks like Gakpo clips him. And that is where I'm kind of struggling to understand if it was a penalty or not. From the general consensus that I feel like it wasn't a penalty. I genuinely watched it back so many times, and it looks like Gakpo clips him. And because he's making that diagonal run across the defender, Cook kind of gets his foot next to Gakpo's where it looks like he clipped him. And I'm shocked because it went to VAR, and VAR gave it. And then, you know, Mohamed Salah steps up for the penalty and just hammers it in. Ariza Balaga did not stand a chance, guys. He dived so late. I don't even know why he dived so late, but he did not stand a chance. But bar that penalty, guys, the difference maker is how clinical you are in front of goal. And that's why I said I felt like it was an equal level playing field for most of the second half. I feel like Bournemouth came out, especially after first half, and they kind of didn't take their foot off the gas. And that's why that second goal from Salah was just a dagger. And we're going to talk about that. So Bosley, for me, stunk up the pitch today. I don't know. I felt like it just in transition, he was just a weak point for Liverpool. I felt like McAllister was quite lucky not to get a second yellow. I feel like maybe in another realm it might have happened, but in that midfield free for Liverpool, I felt like Szoboszlai was the weak link today. But because players like Luis Diaz in particular, and I'm mentioning Luis Diaz because he was playing in the 9, but he was dropping deep, linking up the play, allowing Gakpo to kind of stretch the defence, and Mohamed Salah as well, and kind of utilising the ball and putting it out wide. Luis Diaz was able to drop into those roles just behind where the traditional striker should be, and kind of support Szoboszlai, because I don't think Szoboszlai was that great. Now, the biggest difference maker, like I said, is how clinical you are in front of goal. And they had heaps of chances. Bournemouth had heaps of chances, hit the woodwork twice, created as many shots on goal, or near enough to as many shots on goal, and actually created bigger chances. They had more big chances in the game than Liverpool did, and that is just the big difference maker. Bournemouth fans don't feel kind of upset about of course you're going to be upset because you lose points, but I don't think it's a game. I think it's a game of fine margins. That's the best way to put it. I think it's a game of fine margins, and today is just an example of that. You concede a penalty, and then you're just unable to put away all the chances that you're created. You have to put that chance. I don't know how you miss an open goal at that kind of distance from the goal. You have to put that away, and that is why I said the difference maker is just how clinical you are in front of goals, because of the fact that, you know, until Darwin Núñez came on, Liverpool weren't really playing with an out-and-out 9. I felt like Huijsen had to support Kerkez quite a bit with Mohamed Salah, and with that second goal, just quickly, that Salah actually scores, Kerkez gives him too much time. He gives him too much time. He gives him an inch of space. And when you give a player like Salah an inch of space, he's going to take a mile. And he did exactly that. Arrizabalaga did not stand a chance. But overall, my general consensus, I mean, look at these stats, guys. 51% possession to Liverpool, 49 to Bournemouth. 14 shots on goal from Bournemouth, 19 from Liverpool. 4 big chances created for Bournemouth, 3 big chances created for Liverpool. And of course, Bournemouth missed all 4 big chances. And that is the key difference maker. I don't feel like today Areola set up in a way to kind of have a low block. I don't think it was a low block. And that's why I said for parts of the game, and most parts of the game until maybe that second goal, I felt like Bournemouth were able to go toe-to-toe with Liverpool. It's kind of like, you get a chance, we get a chance. You get a chance, we get a chance. Up and down the pitch consistently. But today, players like Kluivert in transition, I really like Kluivert because, in particular, when he's in transition and in those tight spaces, he's able to have close control of the ball and not lose it. But today, it's not that close control situations. It's that final moment after that was just lacking. Kerkez putting balls into the box. Otara, last week you dunked on Murillo, you dunked on Milinkovic. This is Virgil van Dijk today. You're not going to beat him in aerial duels, and that's why I feel like throughout the game Bournemouth kind of moved away from trying to put balls and crosses into the box and rather creating chances, open chances. Alisson again with some huge big saves as well, and like I said, it's just unfortunate for Bournemouth to hit the woodwork multiple times in the game. Semenyo, for me, what a player. Like, I feel like I'm running out of words to describe him sometimes. Just that how direct he is, how fast he is, you know, his ability to go left, go right. You know, the first time he hits the bar is similar to the goal that he scored against Chelsea, where he does this little stutter step, the feint, if you want to call it that, and comes onto his left foot and hammers it in, and it hits the bar. He scored it against Chelsea. Unfortunate to not score it today, but what a player Semenyo is. And Bournemouth are making that push for European football. I don't want to focus completely on Bournemouth because, like I said, Liverpool were just more clinical today. I felt like Gakpo had a good performance, Luis Diaz had a good performance, Mohamed Salah, man of the match. People need to start respecting Salah, because the conversations around him, he's just surpassed He's just surpassed Thierry Henry, and he's actually level now with Frank Lampard for 6th most goals in the Premier League, nearly 178 goals. He's going to probably hit he'll probably hit the 190 mark by the end of the season. People need to start putting respect on Salah's name, and out of all the 3 players that are available to leave Liverpool, I think he is one of the most irreplaceable ones out of all of them, if I'm being honest. I think you can bring in a right back, you can bring in a centre back, but when you're trying to find a player to give you 170 something Premier League goals consistently, 5 seasons, guys, he's scored 20 plus goals. And like I said, we are only in February, so he's easily going to finish with 30 plus goals, and I think he's actually on path to have the most GA involvement in a Premier League campaign. I think he's 9 GA off of the record. It's a phenomenal number, and men lie, women lie, numbers don't, guys. Liverpool are going to win the title, and it's going to be because of Mohamed Salah taking them there. Of course, there's other role players in the team that I've got to give credit to. That front line, the midfield, Gravenberch, Van Dijk, Konate, rock solid in the back line. Alisson coming back again, making huge saves today. that is the difference maker in a fixture like this. You save your chances, you defend well, and when you get the chances in front of goal, you put them away. It's as simple as that. Let me know your thoughts down below of whether you felt like it was a penalty or not, because I'm still torn, guys. I'm really still torn on that. Bournemouth fans, hold your head high. Hold your head high, because as much as losing a game is obviously a horrible feeling, and I'm a United fan, guys, trust me, this season I know all about it, but I felt like Bournemouth went toe-to-toe, definitely more toe-to-toe with Liverpool than Nottingham Forest did a couple of weeks ago when they played them, I'm not going to lie. But I felt like Bournemouth went toe-to-toe, and until that second goal, they were definitely still in it. It's just about those chances you get in front of goal and just being more clinical in front of it. That's it. I think defensively, the centre-back pairing defended well today. I feel like Cook kind of struggled a little bit against Cody Gakpo because of Cody Gakpo's physicality and his directness and ability to make runs in behind and also progress and carry the ball. I felt like Cook kind of struggled with that, and I felt like Adams and Christie struggled with that midfield pairing for Liverpool. But let me know your thoughts down below, guys. Be sure to hit the like button and please do subscribe if you're new here.